You don't need one. We could just dive right in.
Yes, this is the YouTube intro, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube video. This is a YouTube video. I am here in a very real TRS-80 Model 1 that I own because I'm that cool. Don't ask me how I'm recording the screen. It's a real TRS-80. And I am, because I'm a child and I don't know how a TRS-80 works. I've brought along my dad. Say hello, Dad.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, this is my dad. And we are going to be playing the classic Adventureland.
Adventureland! We are going to dive into the Scott Adams adventures.
Yes.
Or at least we're going to try at least one of them.
And hopefully do a full series.
Yeah.
And it will be great.
Or if it's not great,
we won't upload it.
No, we'll still upload it, but we may not do all of his adventures if they turn out to be awful.
Yes. Well, you've played these before. You should know if they're awful or not.
They weren't awful, but at the time, there weren't a lot of alternatives.
True.
So that is part of what's interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how this stuff holds up.
All right. So, do you want to give us a brief explanation for the people my age watching this, what exactly the Scott Adams adventures are, and what the hell we're even doing here?
Oh, indeed. And even for the people my age who didn't actually have to grow up with a TRS-80.
And maybe even what the hell a TRS-80 is.
Yeah, why don't you bring up the adventure while I'm talking here. So, the original text adventure, of course, was the one that was written by Crowther and Woods, Colossal Cave adventure, also just called Advent, because it was written on a computer, a mainframe that had a maximum of 6 letters in the file names. So it was called Advent for adventure. And Scott Adams was a programmer in the 1970s. Like many programmers, he was very inspired when he saw the Colossal Cave adventure and wanted to create it. Unlike most other programmers at the time, he was very interested in the microcomputers that were just coming out, of which Radio Shack's TRS-80 was one of the first. And so, even though this thing had only 16 kilobytes of memory and not necessarily any disk drives are optional, he really wanted to create an adventure for these tiny little machines, and that's what he did. He ended up creating a series of adventures over the next few years. His first adventure, Adventureland, was originally written entirely in BASIC, and it ran dog slow. But if you owned a TRS-80, this was the only way that you could play a text adventure. Colossal Cave and then later Zork, they were still mainframe only for quite some time. So, as tiny as these things were, they were all that you had. So they were amazing. And so, yeah. So here we are. His very first game is called Adventureland. It's one of the easier ones. It's kind of meant to be a sort of a gentle introduction to the idea of text adventures, since he assumed that a lot of people would never play one before. And yeah, so we're going to try it out. And Pomeranian here, I know that you have been exposed to a little bit of text adventures, but
tiny bit.
Yeah, not a huge amount. And you've certainly never seen any of the Scott Adams adventures.
Nope.
So we're gonna dive into those, and I'm gonna help you avoid some of the dumber stuff, or like kind of feed you some of the information that we all shared with each other when we were introducing each other to these games back then.
Yep.
These games didn't come with manuals.
Yep.
This is the closest thing you get right here.
And explain
what's
to
on
me,
the screen right now.
Explain to me why WASD doesn't work, and how not to use a mouse.
Indeed.
All right. So, you can see the exact date up there, 1979. I thought it was 1978, actually.
Yeah. So that date is actually the date of the adventure game loader, which is what we're still looking at right now.
Ah.
This was the standard opening screen for all of Scott Adams' adventure games.
So basically the launcher.
Yeah, exactly. Once he realized that he wanted to create a series of adventures, he abstracted out the sort of the stuff that was the same for each one of them and turned that into the adventure loader. And then he would just have to create a new data file for every single adventure game. Yeah, and so that was written in 1979, along with he released 4 of his adventures It was just a very busy time for him. He just like flooded the market, and it was amazing. But yeah, so unlike I should just say right now, unlike the Colossal Cave adventure, this thing is limited to exactly 1 word or 2 word inputs. Everything has to be at 1 or 2 words. So verb noun is your typical form.
Yep. All right. So I assume it's anything in this launcher, like any of the things they've said that it says in this launcher, actually important, or?
Well, save game. That's how you save the game, and quit. That's always important.
Yep.
The rest of it, I think we can figure out as we go.
Help, score, inventory.
Inventory is important. So
yep, inventory is important.
And it's important to know because you can abbreviate inventory as I, because you're going to be typing it a lot. So it's good to know that.
All right, I might start writing some of these commands down before I forget them. Inventory. I can spell. That took me way too long to spell. Help, save game, score, quit. That's pretty normal.
Yeah.
All right. Press enter to begin the epic journey into the world of text adventure.
Yay! Welcome to Adventureland.
Yay!
A voice booms out. Welcome to adventure number 1, Adventureland. In this adventure, you're to find treasures and store them away. To see how well you're doing, say score. Remember, you can always say help. So I'm going to read what's on the screen so that you can just focus on like solving puzzles and playing the game.
Yep. Okay.
So, cool. And as a standard Scott Adams text adventure thing, this is something that was unique to him in his games, is that there's always the status at the top of the screen that shows you where you are, the objects that you can interact with directly, and the obvious exits. North, south, east, west, up, down are all your choices, and all those can be abbreviated to a single letter, NSEWUD. So, I am in a forest. Visible items, trees.
Yep, I know how to play this game. You go over and you punch the tree and you get wood.
Okay. Punch tree. I don't know how to punch something. So that's going to be your standard reply for that word is not in their vocabulary.
This isn't Minecraft at all. What am I doing here?
I don't know. You're going to have fun. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I should probably start making a map.
The map is not huge, but it will help to have something written down, yes.
All right, so should I, just quick question, am I in, like, the middle of the map? Or, like, should I start in the middle or the corners? Or
Oh, my God. Every time I played a text adventure, I would always think to myself, I don't want hints, but I do wish somebody could just tell me where I should draw the first box.
And that's why you're here.
I can do that for you. Yes. So you should put this box roughly in the upper left of the page, not crammed into the corner, but
And there's
like
a little,
maybe like 1/4 of the way across and 1/4 of the way down.
So there's a little tree here is what I've gotten so far. So yeah, okay, I've done it. I've drawn a box. Okay, so I suppose I am looking for treasures.
The important thing to note here is that from the text, treasures are always marked with stars around them.
Right.
So they're instantly recognizable when you find them.
Cool. Okay. So, if I were treasures, would I be north, south, east, or west?
Well, I guess the thing to do is just to start searching.
Alright, I should draw a little compass rose on my map so I know which direction is which. North. Alright, there we go. I am going to go north. Because why
Remember,
not?
you can just type N.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good knowledge.
Yes.
Can I type, like, northwest? Like that?
The Scott Adams games never give you a diagonal direction.
Okay.
They force everything to the compass directions. Just other games did allow that, but this is 16K, so.
Yep. All right. To the north. Great. Nothing changed. There's still trees here. I'm in a forest. There's a forest and there's a lot of trees, apparently. I'm gonna draw another tree. This one looks more like a stick of broccoli, because I don't want to spend as much time on it. I suppose I should continue walking. Are you sure this isn't Minecraft? This feels like Minecraft. Alright, This is going nowhere. Still trees. I'm just gonna...
Okay.
I suppose maybe perhaps north was the incorrect direction. To the east. I went somewhere else!
I'm in a sunny meadow. Visible items. Large sleeping dragon. And a sign that says, in many cases, mud is good. In others, it's southeast west.
Greetings, dragon. Are you gonna kill me? Probably. Is this the Ender Dragon?
Probably not.
Yeah, what would the Ender Dragon be doing near a forest?
Indeed. Astute observation.
Thank you.
Okay, now, so because you went east to get here, presumably going west takes you back to the forest.
Yes.
You should be warned that you should not always assume that that is the case.
This game might get a little surreal on me.
Well, you know, we're talking about tiny little text adventures. I think I always just viewed it as that sometimes you leave one room by going east, but you might end up like turning a corner in the process, and so you would actually go back by going north. But that kind of, so it's just something to be aware of. Don't necessarily write it down as going the same in both directions.
All right, I have drawn
Before you check
a box with a little sleeping dragon.
Cool.
So it would probably be bad if I walked up to this dragon and woke him up. Probably not a friendly dragon.
Well, I mean, we don't have a lot of progress to lose. Do you want to try it? We've taken one step.
I walked north many steps. I'm just gonna slide on by. Actually, I think it's fine. You just sleep there, buddy. So I'm just west goes back. I'm gonna just go.
You think?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go east a little bit more.
No, I'm on the shore of a lake.
Hey, I found a fish. I found a magic
treasure.
fish.
Yes.
Is this a Magikarp?
Water, golden fish, a rusty axe with the magic word Bunyan on it, and a sign that says no swimming allowed here.
I know that axe. That's the axe that's on the cover of the game, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. Now, I have to just interject here. Scott Adams, not the best speller. Paul Bunyan's name is spelled Bunyan. Just, it's not a big deal. I just let the record show I don't want to teach a bunch of people the wrong spelling.
Alright, so we've got an axe, and we've got a fish, and we've got water. Alright, well, this fish is clearly important, so this fish is mine now. I'm confiscating this fish, Mr. Peach. So take, is that a command?
Yeah, or you can just type get. Get was the more common one.
Fish, get.
Take should also work.
Get fish.
No!
Fish
have escaped back to the lake.
I'm a fool. Alright, I'll take the axe, and...
Yeah, so if you say I now, you should be able to see that axe in your inventory.
I have a magical rusty axe. Hooray! And I'm gonna cross the axe and the fish off my... Or apparently the fish is still here.
Yes, indeed.
It just ran away, because it doesn't like me. Yeah, I took the axe, so it's not here anymore. I suppose I probably need a fishing rod or something.
Maybe. Oh yeah, so the exits here are north, south, and west.
Alright, I can't go east, because there's water there.
Or, yeah, that's the edge of the map.
And it's a no-swimming area. No swimming area. I can't walk into the water. Alright, I guess I'll go east.
You can't go east.
Oh, you're right. South. That's what I meant.
Alright. South.
No, I'm just gonna walk off the edge of the map.
I'm at the edge of a bottomless hole. visible items, large outdoor advertisement, and hole.
I appreciate that hole is listed as an item.
Yeah,
Can I
well,
pick up the hole then? It seems to be an item.
Well, you may not be able to pick it up, but you probably can interact with it. That's kind of what being a visible item means in this game.
So there's
your exits are north and west.
So there's an ad, and there's a hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hole. I'm gonna add a sound effect in there afterwards. Make a little Tomska reference. Maybe get sued.
Sounds like fun.
Yep. Is look a command?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, you'll use that all the time.
Ad? Is that what I'd say? Advertisement?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, nope.
Okay. I believe you can shorten things to the first three letters. You don't have to spell everything all the way out.
Okay, it's a normal advertisement. It's generic. It says nothing.
Yeah. Well, try maybe, instead of look, try read. That's a pretty common thing in games. Check with your favorite computer dealer for the next adventure program, Pirate Adventure. If they don't carry Adventure, have them call 1-305-862-6917 today.
Is it calling me out because it thinks this is a pirated version because it's not a real TRS-80?
No, Pirate Adventure is adventure number 2.
Oh.
This was a regular thing. Every Scott Adams adventure included somewhere an ad for the next one.
I assumed I was getting called out for using a pirated version.
Nope.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this counts as a pirated version.
Actually, Scott Adams has made all this stuff freely available in recent years, so
cool.
This is pirated in the form that we have it running in a TRS-80 emulator, but his stuff is available to be freely distributed. And you should check out his website if you are made curious by watching this video and want to try it out yourself.
Indeed. Alright, I suppose west is the only area available that I have not charted. So,
Well, yeah, there's also the hole.
Yes, I mean, what is there to do with a hole?
Well, you could go into it. I'm not saying that you want to, but, just, that's what you could type go hole.
Jumping into a bottomless hole seems like a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, we haven't made much progress, but yes, I understand. I agree. It seems like a bad idea.
Well, like you said, the map's not very big, so I might just want to walk around a bit, see if I can get an idea for the map.
Okay.
Alright. To the west. Ow.
I am in a dismal swamp. Cypress tree, evil-smelling mud, swamp gas, patches of oily slime, and chiggers. And you've been bitten by chiggers.
Frick is a chigger?
It's a bug. It bites.
Can I stab it with my axe?
Try it.
What? Axe? Is that the verb?
Axe can be used as a verb.
Never mind.
Maybe, I think chop is a more common form of verb for using an axe.
Okay, so I have to throw something at it. I don't want to throw my axe. It's magical. It says Bunyan. Well, it's not like the chiggers are going to eat the axe. Should I just throw it? Maybe I could chop down a tree with my magical axe. I don't know. I will leave this until I find a more obvious throwing item. For now, I'm just going to mark this swamp. There we go. Oh, I can't go south. Why can I not go south?
No. Well, why would you go south?
Because that's a square I have not marked yet.
Well, that's the edge of the map. Presumably the swamp becomes impassable there. But you can go north, east, or west.
I'm gonna go west a bit, back into the forest, and see if I can go out the other side.
Sounds good. I am in a hidden grove. Visible items, jeweled fruit, and a sign that says Paul's Place.
I've been here, but there was not a grove before.
How so have you been here?
When I spent way too long going north.
Ah, yes, you... Indeed. I forgot about that. Well, you have to remember that just because you go north and then east and then you go south and west, it does not mean that each step was the same distance necessarily. This is an adventure game. You know, presumably you just went north until something interesting happened. It's also possible that when you were in the forest, you actually traveled huge distances.
Yes. This is,
Other things are also possible.
marking my map is becoming more difficult. I see I was not prepared for the land of text adventures.
Yeah, it's good to leave a space around your boxes and
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I
You're
may,
probably gonna doing a little erasing, aren't you?
yeah, I probably will not use the map I'm making to show people where I are in the video. I'll probably have to get one online because mine's getting messy.
But no, that's no fun. We don't want to see something that you download. We want to see your messy map.
Well, I can show them that too. It's just not very helpful. Okay, so this jeweled fruit can't possibly run away from me. It's a fruit.
Wow.
It's first three
Yeah, no.
letters.
No. Yeah, just so you know, yeah, you don't normally type the adjective. You're limited to 2 words. So stick with the noun.
Okay.
It's not jewels. It's jeweled fruit.
Yes.
So it's fruit.
I'll take
Or get. Yes.
fruit. Don't mind my spelling. Aha! I have a treasure. And then, I mean, I can already read this sign, but I want to see if it has a direction on it or something. Fool!
That's your generic error message that all those words are understood by the parser, but it doesn't have an action for them.
You are stupid, you fool. How
Hey.
could you? Not you. I'm yelling at this program from the 1970s because that's fair. Okay. Let me look at this sign.
My chigger bites are infected.
This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
So, in a normal game, I would grab some sort of generic healing item.
Yes.
This is not a normal game. This is Adventureland, you fool.
But, I mean, that's not a bad instinct as a place to start. Maybe there is some kind of healing item around.
Maybe there's like a herb or something. I'm in a forest. I'd like to go visit Paul, but I can't figure out where this sign points.
Well, I mean, we don't know the sign is pointing.
True. I figure that Paul doesn't
This is a
live in a
hidden
grove.
grove.
It's true. I mean,
But yeah,
is there a house here? I think it would say if there was a house.
that's a good point. Yeah, there isn't a house.
Can I look for Paul? Frickin' Paul, where are you?
Find Paul. In my experience, find was something that we always tried and almost never worked.
You don't know Paul. Everyone knows Paul. Paul's great.
So that's a good indicator that this is not something you have to interact with directly. If Paul is not one of the part of the vocab.
There is no Paul. He was never really here.
It's terrible.
Yes. Poor Paul.
I miss Paul.
But he's not real.
You don't know that.
The game does, apparently.
Just because this puppet doesn't know who Paul is.
Yeah, how can this puppet not know who Paul is? Uncultured puppet.
This puppet doesn't know everything.
Clearly. Alright, well, I've been infected. So, that's problematic. Suppose I could go to the west. I haven't been there yet.
But you can't go west.
Oh, you're right, I can't.
So you came from the east. So presumably you would go north here.
Alright. I'm pretty sure I know it's north, but apparently not, because I ended up in a secret grove, so let's see. Yep, this is still just a forest. Oh, now I can go west.
Well, yeah. This is the same forest you were in before.
Yeah, okay, so there's still forest to the west. This forest is huge. There's nothing here. Do I even need to keep marking these tiles of forest?
What do you mean there's nothing here? It says there's something here.
There's forest.
Trees.
Oh, I could
trees.
I could chop the tree, get some wood.
Nothing happened. Maybe if I threw something?
Why does that come up every time?
Yeah, I don't know. But it did recognize the word.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, if I go to the east, I'll be in Paul's place. Never mind, I'm in the meadow now. I think I made this map on the assumption that these tiles were more concrete.
All right. Do you want a bit of a hint as far as the map is concerned?
Yes.
So there's only one forest room. South and west all just loop back to the exact same room. East takes you out. And that's just a cheap way to make an infinitely long forest. But no matter where you go in the forest, east takes you back to the sunny meadow. Every other place keeps you in the forest.
Okay, so I've drawn all these forest tiles for nothing.
Sorry. You said you didn't want spoilers.
It's true. I mean, it's not like I'm mad at you for it. Okay, so there was some mud in the swamp.
That's true.
It says mud's good.
Alright,
so if I go to the south, I should be in the swamp, presumably. I'm in the swamp, haha.
You are.
Get mud.
Boy, that really hit the spot.
Huh. What does that mean?
Normally people say that after they've eaten something that really satisfied their hunger. I don't think that's the case here.
Yeah, I'm hoping I didn't eat the mud. Let me just make sure. Yeah,
nope, you still got it.
Yeah, no, it's still here. Okay, so just grabbing the mud was really satisfying, apparently. This evil mud.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get. Do you want another hint?
Sure.
Not a hint per se, but had you typed inventory before this, Chiggerbytes would have been in your inventory.
Oh, okay. So that's how. So my inventory is a little different than modern inventories.
Yeah. I mean, this game is very limited in its interactions, so some things are a little overloaded, if you will. But yeah, when you pick up the mud, your Chiggerbytes go away. So that was your hint.
Okay, so
that you guessed correctly.
So I rubbed the evil mud on my Chiggerbytes and they disappeared.
Basically.
That's genius logic.
It worked.
So I still don't feel like I've made any progress. I do have a jeweled fruit though.
Yeah, and you have mapped out a big chunk of the area. That's almost always the first thing you do when you play an adventure. It's first you just like walk around, figure out the things that you can easily map.
Yep.
Is there a place we have not visited yet?
I don't think so. I'm gonna erase some of these forest tiles because
Yeah. One of the things that you should do is when you go into a new space, you should mark the obvious exits as little arrows leading out, even if you don't know where they go yet. That helps you keep track of the exits that you haven't explored yet.
A little late there, but okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying not to help too much, but I'm realizing that I'm actually kind of... these are the sort of things that we would tell each other.
And I also don't have a clue.
You're doing great, though.
I do seem to be doing things.
Yeah, and you already figured out how to deal with the Chiggerbytes.
I mean, I wouldn't
right
say
away.
I wouldn't say I figured that out. I more just grabbed some mud.
No, you were thinking, hey, this sign says that mud is good. You did great. I mean, I found this out the hard way. I died from Chiggerbytes several times before I finally thought, should I try to pick up the mud? That doesn't seem like something that I should be doing.
I wonder if I can take the slime. I don't know what I'd use it for, but if I can take it, then there must be a reason. Hey, I got slime.
You have slime. You've been slimed.
Yay. I wonder if I can axe this tree. Chop it down. There seems to be only one of them.
Timber! Something fell from the treetop and vanished in the swamp.
Maybe if I look at the swamp, I can find it. No, it's gone. It's vanished. It's gone forever.
But now there is a hollow stump and a remains of a felled tree.
Oh, the stump's hollow.
There's something there, all right. Maybe I should go there.
I can go in the stump? Okay. So would the command be go stump?
Yes. I am in a damp, hollow stump in the swamp. Old-fashioned brass lamp, water in a bottle, and a sign that says, leave treasures here, then say score. Exits are up and down.
Down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have one treasure. I suppose I should leave it here. Is it drop?
Yes. Yeah, get and drop are your two your two verbs for picking things up and putting them down.
Score.
I stored 1 treasures. On a scale of 0 to 100, that rates 7.
Yeah, really doing it.
Yes.
7 out of 100. That's like... That's like 7% completion there.
Yeah. So if you do the math, that's almost exactly 1/13.
Okay, so that would indicate that there's about 13 treasures?
That certainly seems to be the case, yes. In like the original Colossal Cave adventure, you got points for all kinds of things, for collecting treasures, but you also got points for accomplishing certain actions or opening up areas. That's not the case with Adventureland. Just as the thing said, you get points for storing treasures.
Alright, I'm going to quickly write down 16 numbers in this. Wow. Not being in school has, like, atrophied my handwriting. I'm going to mark off 1.
And it's 13, not 16.
Yeah, 13. Did I say 16?
Just briefly.
Okay. Alright, 13.
Hardly even noticeable.
I might take this water. Stay hydrated. That's good. I can't take the water. It's impossible.
The water is in a bottle.
Oh, take bottle. That's probably what I want. Aha! And I might want to take lamp. In case I go somewhere dark.
That is a mainstay of text adventures.
And I expect that going deeper into this stump it will get kind of dark.
That seems very likely.
Alright, down we go.
Just D.
Thank you.
I am in a root chamber under the stump. Visible items. Dark hole and a pot of rubies.
Ah, another treasure.
They're coming so fast.
Indeed. Alright, so, that's not how you spell that word. Okay. Would it be pot or rubies? Rubies is capitalized, so I'm guessing rubies.
Probably, yes.
Now, back up, and I can drop.
Again, just you.
Oh, you're right, I didn't go up. I can drop my rubies. Aha, I have scored a treasure.
Yes. You're now up to 15.
Yes.
This is consistent with there being 13 treasures.
Yes.
So, you didn't do this earlier, but anytime you store treasure, you should probably save the game.
Oh yes, save the game. So save game, that's the command.
And you've already screwed yourself.
Well, thank you for making me save
that
that
thing
game.
fell into the swamp. Yeah, I should have made you save the game as soon as you had the trigger bites. And I didn't want to save the game with the trigger bites, but I should have had you save the game immediately after you healed yourself, but I didn't. And then you chopped the tree, and it was already too late.
So the treasure that fell in the swamp, I can't get it back, is what you're saying?
Exactly. You can't get it back, and there's no indicator in the game that's an unwinnable, that you're now in an unwinnable state, because text adventure.
Alright. Add 1 to the fail count board.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
So, time to restart
in
from
the
the
future,
beginning.
Do you want me to tell you?
Tell
Pretty
me
much.
if I've screwed myself?
Yeah. If you're just about to screw yourself, I should stop you.
No, tell me after I screw myself. Just after.
Okay. I will.
Alright, so, what?
But we should have saved the game more often while we were in that up air area.
F10 to restart?
You can just type quit.
Alright, quit. Yes, try again.
20 minutes later.
Okay, but I can't cut down the tree yet, can I?
Yeah, that seems to be something that we need to figure out. How do we deal with the tree? So what happened?
I cut the tree down, and the shiny thing fell in the swamp and never to be seen again.
So where was it before you cut the tree down then?
It was on top of the tree. Perhaps I can climb the tree.
I am the top of a tall cypress tree. Visible items. A spider web with writing on it, and a ring of skeleton keys.
Aha. Alright, I gotta figure out a way to add an up to my swamp. Alright, So I imagine I want the keys.
Yes.
And I'll read the spider web. I don't think I can take the spider web. How do you write on a spider web?
Maybe it's Charlotte.
Yes, maybe it is my dog.
Chop her down.
If you say so. Alright, gonna do this again.
20 minutes later.
Save the game.
It's been saved.
Yes.
And this time,
you are saved.
we're
Treasures.
not doomed. This is great.
Yeah, this is great. All right.
And now, back up. What next? I suppose I could go to where I was thinking before, which is east, north, and north again. That's not...
I am in a quicksand bog. Visible items. Small statue of a blue ox.
Is this blue ox going to, disappear into the quicksand if I try to grab it?
Well, notice there are no obvious exits.
Oh shit, you're right. I'm trapped.
Yeah,
Next time on
Adventureland.
Just perish.